I want you to give me your husband. That sentence didn't just land at our table, it cut the restaurant in half. Forks froze midair. Conversations died. And the man sitting beside me, the man she wanted. His hands started shaking under the tablecloth like a trapped animal. Everyone was waiting for my answer. Especially him. They expected tears. They expected screaming. What they didn't expect was that I had already won. Sis. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, if you've ever been underestimated, disrespected, or made to feel replaceable, then take a breath, because this story is for you. Go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and settle in. Because what you're about to hear isn't just revenge. It's precision. It's patience. And it's one of the most satisfying endings you'll hear today. The restaurant was one of those upscale places that pretended to be intimate. Low lighting. Soft jazz. Chandeliers dimmed just enough to make everyone feel important. The kind of place where secrets like to surface. She sat across from me. Perfectly straight posture, chin slightly lifted, lips painted a bold red that screamed confidence she hadn't earned yet. My husband sat to my right. Correction, my soon-to-be ex, though he didn't know it yet. His knee bounced under the table. His jaw was clenched so tight I could see the muscle twitch. And when she spoke again, louder this time, making sure nearby tables could hear. I want you to give me your husband. Gasps rippled outward like dropped glass. And before I answered, before I even looked at her, the weight of everything that led us here pressed against my ribs. So let me take you back. Because this story didn't begin at that table. It began 7 years earlier. I met him in a bookstore cafe. The kind of place where people held books but watched reflections in the window instead. He was leaning over a shelf, struggling to reach a novel on the top row. I joked that if he fell, I wasn't strong enough to catch him. He laughed. A warm laugh. Easy. Unforced. We talked about nothing and everything. Coffee turned into dinner. Dinner turned into a walk. The walk turned into years. He remembered small things. How I took my coffee. My favorite seat in a room. The way I hated surprises but loved consistency. Back then I thought love meant safety. I thought stability was passion's quieter cousin. And for a long time, it was. Until she arrived. She wasn't dramatic at first. That's how these women always enter. Not as storms. As breezes. She was introduced as someone's cousin's coworker. Someone temporary. Someone harmless. She smiled too long. Listened too closely. Laughed at jokes that weren't funny. I noticed. But I trusted him. And worse. I trusted us. Time doesn't expose betrayal all at once. Time magnifies it slowly. He changed in increments. A new cologne, sharp, unfamiliar. Late meetings that never had agendas. A phone that was suddenly spotless. Too clean. Too edited. People think betrayal arrives loudly. Mine came on tiptoes. One night he came home late. He leaned in to kiss my cheek. And I smelled it. Rose perfume. The same one she wore at the office party. I asked him casually if he'd hugged anyone goodbye. He lied. Not well. Not carefully. Just confidently. And something inside me went quiet. I didn't confront him. I started collecting. Dates. Times. Patterns. Like evidence in a case I already knew the verdict of. The truth arrived at midnight. A message. One sentence. Next time, don't say her name. And he didn't realize I was holding his phone when it lit up. What followed wasn't shock. It was clarity. Because love ends with chaos. But betrayal? Betrayal ends with strategy. I smiled. Not the broken kind. The dangerous kind. He mistook it for forgiveness. He had no idea what had just begun. Revenge isn't rage. Revenge is math. While he snuck around, I studied. Bank statements. Legal clauses. Property laws. I learned more about our finances than he ever had. I copied documents. Transferred accounts. Separated assets. I removed him from my future, silently. Because a guilty man always sabotages himself. You just have to let him. 2 weeks ago she texted me. Brazen. Smug. You should let him go. He deserves someone who understands him. He wanted validation. He wanted to feel superior. I gave her something better. An invitation. Same restaurant. Same table. I told her I wanted to talk, woman to woman. She had no idea she was walking into the finale of a show she thought she was starring in. I want you to give me your husband, she repeated. I finally looked at him. Not with heartbreak. With farewell. And then I said the line no one expected. Take him. The restaurant inhaled. But I wasn't finished. Just know, what you're taking doesn't belong to me anymore. I placed the folder on the table. His name printed across the top. Inside. Divorce papers, already signed. Financial transfers. Proof of the affair. Proof of embezzlement. And the restraining order going live in less than an hour. He went pale. She blinked rapidly, realizing she wasn't winning a man. She was inheriting a liability. You planned this, he whispered. I tilted my head. I planned freedom. You set me up. No, I said softly. You set yourself up. I just let gravity do its job. She stood suddenly. I didn't sign up for this. I smiled. You wanted him. Now he's yours. With everything attached. I stood. He called my name, voice breaking. I didn't look back. Walking away isn't weakness. It's power. As the doors closed behind me, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Light. I didn't lose him. He lost me. She just found out who took my place. Betrayal doesn't deserve explosions. It deserves consequences. Sometimes the strongest revenge isn't destroying someone. It's letting them keep exactly what they asked for. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button. Tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where karma never misses. Because around here, the quiet ones always win.